Hello friends, this is Professor Parth Thakkar from LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology. In today's session of heat transfer, we will learn the derivation of LMTD for counterflow heat exchanger. In our previous session, we have derived LMTD equation for parallel flow heat exchanger. So, in a counterflow heat exchanger, we know that the direction of hot fluid and cold fluid are opposite. So we can see that from this flow arrangement that hot fluid is flowing in this direction and cold fluid is flowing in just the opposite direction. So this is the flow arrangement of a counterflow heat exchanger. So based on this flow arrangement, if we draw temperature versus area diagram, we will get this kind of diagram where TH1 is the inlet temperature of hot fluid, TH2 is the outlet temperature of hot fluid, TC2 is the outlet temperature of cold fluid, and TC1 is the inlet temperature of a cold fluid. Here the inlet temperature of TH1 hot fluid is a inlet temperature of hot fluid is TH1 at this point. As we are moving from this point towards this point, outlet point of the hot fluid, the temperature of hot fluid is gradually decreased from inlet to the outlet as heat is lost to the cold fluid due to the temperature difference. So the temperature of hot fluid will decrease from TH1 to TH2 from inlet to outlet gradually. So this profile is like this. Now let's talk about cold fluid. In a counterflow heat exchanger, the entry point of cold fluid is from here. So TC1 is at this point. The inlet temperature of cold fluid is the lowest temperature among the all four temperatures. So we can see here that TC1 is at the lowest point among the all other three temperatures. As we are moving from this point, inlet temperature of cold fluid to the outlet temperature of cold fluid, as we are moving from inlet to outlet, the cold fluid will receive heat from the hot fluid, so that the temperature of cold fluid will increase gradually from this point to this point. At the outlet temperature will be something TC2. So the temperature difference at here will be TH1 inlet temperature of hot fluid and outlet temperature of cold fluid. So TH1 minus TC2. Temperature difference at this point of heat exchanger will be TH2 minus TC1. Outlet temperature of hot fluid and inlet temperature of cold fluid will be theta2. As we have done in a parallel flow, let's take elementary area dA of the heat exchanger. The rate of flow of heat through this area will be dQ is equal to overall heat transfer coefficient U. Our area is dA and the temperature difference at this point will be TH minus TC. So TH minus TC, we can write also delta T. This is the temperature difference. In this elementary area, we can see from this figure that the whatever heat loss by the hot fluid is a dTH and the heat gain by the cold fluid is dTc. So as a result of heat transfer dQ to area dA, the hot fluid is cooled down by dTH, and whereas the cold fluid is heated by dTc. So energy balance equation for that particular elementary area, we can write that dQ is equal to mc delta T for hot fluid is equal to mc delta T for cold fluid, because whatever heat lost by hot fluid will be gained by the cold fluid. So for hot fluid we can write mH Cph dTh, and for cold fluid mc Cpc dTc, mass flow rate into specific heat into temperature difference. Here at both sides we have mentioned a minus sign because we know that the temperature of both hot fluid and cold fluid is decreasing as we are moving from this point to this point. So that we have mentioned a minus sign in this equation to both fluid, hot fluid and cold fluid. Here I also write to note that in a counterflow the temperature of both fluid decrease in direction of heat exchanger length, hence there is a negative sign in a both hot and cold fluid. So from this equation we can write dTH is equal to minus dQ upon mHCpH. We know that the multiplication of mass flow rate into specific heat will give us a heat capacity CH. Similarly, for cold fluid, minus dTc is equal to minus dQ upon mc Cpc. Combination of mc and Cpc is the heat capacity of cold fluid, which is written as a Cc. Now dTh minus dTc is equal to this minus this. Minus dQ will common, so in bracket 1 upon Ch minus 1 upon Cc. Now integrating the value of dQ in above equation, if inserting the value of dQ, we know that the value of dQ is a UdA temperature difference, which is Th minus Tc. So replacing dQ with UdA Th minus Tc, as we know that from the figure that the inlet at the inlet point Th1 minus Tc2 is written as θ1. At the end point of the heat exchanger, Th2 minus Tc1 is written as the θ2. So at this elementary area dA, the hot fluid temperature is Th and the cold fluid temperature is Tc. So this difference Th minus Tc is written as a theta. So instead of Th minus Tc, here we can write a theta. Now putting this theta in upon of d theta, so we get d theta by theta is equal to minus UdA 1 upon Ch minus 1 upon Cc. Now integrating the above equation, integrating this equation, because this is a small elementary area dA, the whole area of heat exchanger is from 0 to A, so we have to integrate the area from 0 to A, and this is the theta, which is a temperature difference. So the value of inlet temperature is denoted by 1 and outlet temperature is denoted by 2, so we have to integrate by 1 and 2. So integration of 1 upon theta will give ln theta, and the upper limit is 2, lower limit is 1, so ln theta 2 minus ln theta 2 theta 1, which give ln theta 2 by theta 1. Here we will get minus UA 1 upon Ch minus 1 upon Cc, same as parallel flow heat exchanger. Now the total heat transfer rate between two fluid is given as, this is heat capacity Ch, it means mHCpH Th1 minus Th2, and whatever heat loss done by the hot fluid, that amount of heat is gained by the cold fluid, which is mCCpC, or we can write a Cc Tc2 minus Tc1, because temperature of outlet Tc2 is higher than the inlet temperature of cold fluid Tc1, so that Tc2 minus Tc1. From this equation we can write 1 upon Ch is equal to Th1 minus Th2 upon Q, and from this equation 1 upon Cc is equal to Tc2 minus Tc1 upon Q. Putting this 1 upon Ch here and putting the value of 1 upon Cc at this place, we will get ln theta 2 by theta 1 minus UA as it is, instead of 1 upon Ch this term, and instead of 1 upon Cc this term. So we will get this equation. In this equation 1 upon Q will be common, so in bracket Th1 minus Th2, this minus, if we open the bracket, this will minus Tc2 and this will be plus Tc1. Proper arrangement of this four temperature terms, Th1 minus Tc2 minus out of bracket, so in bracket there is a Th2 minus Tc1. So from the figure we can say that this Th1 minus Tc2 inlet temperature of hot fluid and outlet temperature of cold fluid, this difference can written as θ1, and Th2 outlet temperature of hot fluid and Tc1 inlet temperature of cold fluid, this difference is written as a θ2. Now so our final equation is ln theta 2 by theta 1 UA Q, multiply this minus into bracket will give us theta 2 minus theta 1, so we will get Q is equal to UA theta 2 minus theta 1 upon ln theta 2 by theta 1. We can write this equation as, we are replacing theta 2 minus theta 1 upon ln theta 2 by theta 1 by theta m. So where theta m is a LMTD, or we can say that the logarithmic mean temperature difference for counter flow heat exchanger, the equation is the same as a parallel flow heat exchanger. So this is today's session, LMTD equation for counter flow heat exchanger. Thank you.